Hello, James here. I'm going to give you another video, part 2 of my scammers getting caught, and this should be interesting. But here's the video.
To do what we're told. Look at us. Happy enough. Mostly employed. Mount Griffmore. The aliens got me. Who is your Mount Griffmore? Anybody got somebody named their full Mount Griffmore? Who griffs more? Man. Man, this is a rough one tonight. Let's talk about struggle streaming. Struggle streaming. Vicky and Billy, man, they done set me up. Vicky and Billy. That's right. It works. It really works. People looking like Papa Smurf, right? But the thing but this joint, the portable light therapy device he was selling. Remember that one? Anybody remember that one? He had the massage pit. Meridian's acupuncture. It is. He got Billy is the CEO of First Class Fake. Billy say that joint without a hitch. He built an entire underground town. I actually had a sister on the show when I looked at
our sun is orbiting something and he's breakaways.
And I'm telling you, the fires in Canada, they know about it. The wobble of the earth, they know about it.
I think 6 months on Uni. Struck a deal and we went into business basically. And this thing got so big and the word spread so fast that we started this big underground base project that the History Channel got wind of it, and they contacted me and did a whole show on it, on Countdown to Apocalypse, the Nostradamus episode.
That's awesome.
That really got me. That was the first time I made it on like mainstream TV.
I've been looking for this show. I can't find it. Anyway, let me not go too far with it. Billy is nutty as a fruitcake. We will leave Billy alone. But I'm telling you, that is one of my Mount Griffmores. Billy is one of my Mount Griffmores because the extent that he will go is unbelievable to me. I mean, so he definitely one of my Mount Griffmores. Now I know y'all gonna be mad at me. You know what I'm saying? I know y'all gonna be mad at me, but I don't care. But I don't know Let me say this, man. My main man. My main man, Uber, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
An all-new episode premieres tonight.
But I appreciate it. I built the whole plan. I ain't going nowhere. But I appreciate the concern, my beautiful African queen. I hope your hair is natural.
You're not natural, baby. I see you got that perm in there. I still love you. You're gorgeous, but you're not nappy. You got to be nappy, baby. You got to be nappy. I can't grab it. I can't have it. It only takes a little bit of white brainwash to activate the cool chick.
Heterosexual couples only. This is not a government-funded activity. I have the right to discriminate. Heterosexual couples only. Joe H. Yes.
I'll be that boy you gon' remember. I'll be that boy you gon' remember. I'll be that boy you gon' remember. The Uncle Bay front line till the law call my number. I'll be that boy you gon' remember. I'ma be that boy you gon' remember. That's right. I'll be that boy.
We're gonna have a national Coons conference at NPMGS, brothers and sisters. We have to have a national Coons conference. Anybody who tells you they're running for office to help somebody, smack their ass in the face.
Bit by
the app that makes you read one Bible verse every time you turn on your lock screen. Let's look at the honest reviews from users and
Shout out to black men.
Oh boy. But yeah, that was really interesting. What was the other one I want to take you to? It was it's just a bad year for people getting exposed, man.
If the TikTok user hadn't been with her husband that day, perhaps the incident would have gone differently. After all,
What's good, everybody? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode here. This is probably officially my first collaboration of the year, and who better else to do it on this channel than the one, the only Pocket Watching with JT. Let me let him introduce himself and what his channel is about.
Yes, sir. So first and foremost, thank you to O'Shea Duke Jackson, the man who helped put me on the map on YouTube. I am certified financial planner, Jason Thornton, but I am Pocket Watching with JT on YouTube. On my YouTube channel, I cover financial tips, scammer news, and I react to bad financial advice that is focused on the black community.
Right, so guys, give him a round of applause. And I'm also a client. All right, not only I'm a client of the brother, so make sure you schedule your appointments, brothers. So Pocket Watching, I put up a post on the community tab because I've been seeing boys around here. I had to get boys. I'm an own boys. Something fishy about boys. But I wrote there on the community tab and said this brother. They say that this brother, Mr. J. Morrison, stole a lot of money from our people, and they are telling me Dr. Boyce Watkins was also a part of this also. Right. Now I need to get my research on and drop a classic. I might need to get some help from my brother Pocket Watcher JT. Now Pocket Watcher, let me ask you a question because you specialize in this, especially in the African American community.
Yes.
Boyce is being called out right now as being also culpable as to what happened with the Tulsa Real Estate Fund. Let's first kind of explain what was that real estate fund and what does Boyce Watkins have to do with that fund?
Absolutely. So the Tulsa Real Estate Fund was a crowd-funded investment fund. So for those of you who are unaware, normally to invest money in a type of fund like this, you would need to be what's referred to as an accredited investor, someone who has a net worth of at least $1 million, not including your personal home, or someone who makes around $200,000 or $250,000 a year. That was the normal case. Well, there was a new law that allowed for smaller companies and smaller investors to get into a fund like this, and it was crowdfunding. So the idea is to have people who are not accredited investors, give them an opportunity to invest in very speculative, very risky investment funds, which in my mind is not a good idea, but it was a new law. His particular fund, the Tulsa Real Estate Fund, the concept was a little weird to start off with. It was supposed to be a all-black real estate investment fund where they would pool together black communities' money and they would buy back the block. They would take pooled money, buy poor black communities, revitalize them, put money in them, and then we can all share in the profits. That was supposed to be the story. That's not exactly how it played out.
Okay. Hold on a second.
Sure.
How did it play out?
Alright, so you have to understand when you are investing in a fund, you have to first look at the fund manager to see if it's a good investment or not. That's the number one thing that they teach us in business school about investigating a fund. Look at the fund manager. The issue here is we had a fund manager in Jermaine Morrison, who is a self-proclaimed 3-time felon, high school dropout, right? And a man who had no experience running a fund or even assisting with running a fund. So, red flag, big red it was a fund that did not even have certain checks and balances. So let me give you an example.
Okay.
Jay Morrison is listed on the documents that he is the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer. He's also listed as the CFO, the Chief Financial Officer. He's also
What's good, King God? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode here. And guys, today we're going to do a little bit of financial talks. I have my brother all the way from the St. Louis area. This is the first time he's really been on a Pan-African platform.
Of their qualifications, you lower your standards of the things that you would see as red flags if it was someone outside of your community. So you gotta pay attention.
Okay, that makes sense, and I want to kind of relate that to Brother Polite, felon, right? Jay Morrison, out there in the community. Because people think like sometimes, oh, he's black, so I don't want to trust him. But actually, it could work in the opposite way for somebody who is.
Absolutely. When they come in the dashiki, when they come with the power fist,
okay,
all of their past, the things that you would honestly see as a red flag, that goes away. Because you're not being pro-black if you use the fact that I went to jail for fraud 5 years ago. No, you gotta be pro-black. You have to ignore the fact that I'm grossly unqualified to do this because I'm black and I'm saying pro-black. Never mind the fact that I don't know what I'm doing. I have no education in this. I have no experience in this. Just do it because I'm black, you're black, and we have a common bond. That is going to lead you to a scam almost every time.
Shoot. Okay. So now we have that as our infrastructure, which is very powerful. What are some of the characteristics of a pro? We talked about the pro-black scammer.
Right.
After, what are some of the things that we're going to see scammers try to do to get somebody in the diaspora to try to invest or to manipulate them out of their money? After we got, the fact that, hey, they're trying to align with us, we're in the same culture. What are some of the things you'll try to do to push it forward?
Okay, so after they've already connected with you and they made the bond, right? Pro-black, they made the bond. The next thing that they're going to try to do, now there's going to be a time crunch. Limited time offer. We got to hurry up and do this. If you wait any longer, the price is going to be more. Whenever you have a lot of pressure, hey, there's a time we got to get this money in now or you're going to miss out. That's a huge red flag. When they put pressure on you, it's because they know if they give you enough time to really think about it, you're going to realize it's a scam.
And that's also called, is it FOMO, fear of missing out?
Absolutely. The fear of missing out have led many people to bankruptcy. It's okay to miss out on some things, right?
Okay,
if you're not comfortable with what the deal is, let it pass you by. Because I've been investing and been in business for a long time. There will always be another deal when you're ready. I don't miss out on a deal that I wasn't ready for, or the deal later that I am prepared for.
Did y'all hear that? Okay. So, what's the next thing that our pro-black scammers will try to do?
Okay.
Get our money.
Now this seems weird, but this is what they're normally going to do. When you start to ask for more information or more documentation as far as, hey, what's their paperwork? Send me the contract. Normal things that any business transactions will have. They are going to get an attitude with you. They are going to make it seem like you are the one with the problem when you're asking them for documentation. They're basically going to say, listen, if you're going to ask me all these questions and stuff like that, then you don't want the deal. I'll give it to someone else. right? If you're gonna hassle me about this little petty paperwork stuff, then forget about it. I'm gonna give it to someone else. That is another red flag. If they seem upset that you're asking for basic due diligence, if they make it seem as if you're the one with the problem because you want documentation, you want verification that they can do what they said that they were going to do, that's a red flag. The second they start making excuses as to why they can't give you proper documents, or you're the one with the problem because you're asking for documents, it's a scam.
Okay, and that definitely does happen, and that's another way of saying it's another way of being unaccountable.
Yes.
And again, asking it again under the pro-blackness, like, hey, why are you asking me? You know we're trying to do this for our people, X, Y, and Z. Okay. What about the next thing that they'll try to do?
All right. So after they've pressured you to kind of slow down with asking them for real documentation, they're going to try to find co-signers. Pay attention. They're going to look for people who you trust to try to make it seem as if they have some clout. You're going to see them with pictures with famous people, right? Celebrities, athletes. They are going to make it seem as if they already have the status of a very successful businessman, entrepreneur. So if you see them with pictures with a bunch of celebrities, or here's another thing, the flash wealth. They may have a picture of them on a private jet, or they may have a picture of themselves driving a very expensive car. All these things are props. You can easily rent a session to take a picture in a private jet. You can rent an expensive car. Things that you think makes them legit are actually tools that they use to take your money.
So basically, the attributes or proclivities of the fake rich.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Never allow someone who has pictures with celebrities to make you think that they are legit. A lot of times celebrities get scammed. A celebrity's endorsement means nothing. You want to find credible people, independent third parties, a lawyer who's not associated with this person, an attorney, an accountant, a financial advisor, someone who's not related to this person in any way, shape, or form, never did business with them. Ask that person, what do you think of this person's credentials? Get an independent opinion, and you'll probably get the information you need.
And to piggyback on that, this has happened to me. No. In context of what you're saying, or to basically in agreement, not only do you see the opulence on social media, but when you meet them, and if you haven't followed them on social media before, what they'll start doing also is name dropping. And for African Americans that are living in these places like Uganda or Ghana, it's always name dropping and promising that I can introduce you to the president. I know this minister. I know the person here in this business community. And they'll start mentioning these people,
right?
That basically, like you said, they'll try to combine the cultures that you're in, but because a lot of the African scammers, they don't really understand African American culture, so they can't get you in that way. But what they'll try to get you is on your ambition. So they know that you want to do very well in Africa because that's why you're here.
Right.
So if they can't tie it to a cultural cause, they'll tie it to your ambition and what you want to achieve.
Yes.
So in that way, what do you want to get achieved? They might even ask you that, and they'll try to say, well, I can help you, and then I can introduce you to X, Y, and Z.
Yes. Person. Yes, that is a perfect transition to the next red flag. You have to beware of strangers bearing gifts. Okay? When we were kids, we were taught, hey, if a stranger offers you candy, that's a bad thing. It doesn't make sense. Right? So now as adults, as investors, as people trying to advance in life, if a stranger is offering you a shortcut, right, they're making the process of you achieving your goals easier. You ask the question, what's in it for them? Why are they offering me this layup? Why are they offering me this shortcut in the process of achieving my goals? You can very well be entering into a bad business relationship that will leave you broke. At the end of the day, listen, I know everyone wants to feel special. And when someone comes to you and say, hey, I like you. And because I like you, normally it would be harder for you to achieve what you want to achieve. But I like you, so I'm going to make it easy for you. To me, that's a red flag. And let me give you an example, right?
Go ahead.
Now, there was a TV show when I was growing up. And I know maybe some of your audience don't know it, but you'll still get the reference. There was a TV show that my father watched called Oz on HBO. It's a prison TV show. It's a drama about prison life. And as a kid, I would sit there and I'd watch this show with my father. And I saw that when a new person would go to jail, there would always be these big guys trying to be friendly with them. Now, as a kid, I didn't understand what was going on. These guys were friendly. These guys were giving them honey buns. These guys were trying to help them. But by the end of the episode, I realized, these guys wanted something from the new guy. And what ended up happening was they weren't being friendly just to be friendly. They were being friendly to sucker them in to take something from these grown men that they would never give up willingly. I want you guys to think about that. When someone is trying to be ultra friendly to you in the business world, think about that. Why are they being friendly? Is it because they want something from me in the back end that I really don't want to give them? You have to be skeptical.
See, this right here, it can save the entire St. Louis, Oakland, this right here. I told you the brother's great. Okay, so what else would we identify in some of these steps that a scammer in our community would try to do?
We are a community that is extremely soulful. Right? I think we can agree with that. We're soulful in a way where when it comes to religion, when it comes to traditions, we hold these things very tight. The problem is we are a community of very well-spoken individuals. People who could sweet talk anyone, be it a preacher in a pulpit, or be it a hustler on a street corner. Being able to put words together and make everything sound good is easy for the African community, the African American community. I've seen it. I don't really do a lot of investing with guys based solely on their ability to speak well. I personally hold it against people. If I see a person who can speak well, I hold it against them in the business deal. Because I always have to ask myself, am I agreeing with this person because of the numbers of the deal? Or am I agreeing with the person because they are very well spoken? So you have to get used to ignoring the way that they say what they're saying. And you have to hold them to the numbers every time. And if you are not well versed with the numbers, that's why it's important to hire someone who is. I know you don't want to spend a lot of money. I got it. But the shortcut that you're trying to take to not have a lawyer or a financial advisor look over the paperwork before you send money, you're being scammed out of the money. I would rather spend a few $100s on a lawyer or a financial advisor to look over the paperwork before I send a scammer thousands of dollars. That's the problem. Don't worry about the words, how eloquent they speak. Focus on the numbers and hire someone who's going to help you do your due diligence.
Right. No, those are so true. And I noticed that, and also what I have noticed in this community, because one of the things you said, as influencers and creators, and especially me, I've been in Black YouTube for about almost going on a decade now, and I realized Yeah, man, I came here. I still had a little hair, man, but these Negroes, they got me receding, player. So one of the things, and now I'm also King Gonda. We have almost 76,000 subscribers over here, and so we have a duty to tell our people the truth. And as influencers and creators, I noticed that because Jay Morrison's a YouTuber, you can say, but not really creating content on YouTube like that. He just happened to be on YouTube. Right. Boyce Watkins is also like that. He's on YouTube, but he's not, but he can be classified as a YouTuber. Right. I noticed that we get a lot of these people getting scammed by individual YouTubers. And especially a lot of those people who repatriate to Africa. And I've noticed that they get stuck in Ghana or Tanzania. And this is their only source of income. So people get desperate, and a lot of the African Americans, not even just African Americans, you got people coming from the Caribbean, right? And even some, blacks. Sometimes you might have somebody from like Ghana in the diaspora, but they might want to move to Uganda, so they start looking at, they'll go around showing real estate farms with their phone. It'd be dusty and stuff like that. But let's talk about YouTubers who are becoming some of the biggest scammers. I know you heard about Mary Jane Bayarm and things like that. We have black YouTubers, right, who are becoming some of the biggest scammers. I'm talking about guys who, not somebody who's already famous before. Right, they got their following from here. Now, what do you think about these particular guys?
Yeah, so you're talking about people who have created an organic following.
Yes.
And the thing about that is, when you create an organic following, you don't come from another industry, you aren't a D-list actor or an old athlete, and the second you get on the platform, you already have 100,000 subscribers because you're bringing that over. So you got someone who started on that platform from nothing, and they grew an audience, right? Organically. The issue with that is, they actually have a stronger relationship with their followers, with their subscribers, than ultra famous people, because they feel as if they were on the journey with you. They saw you from nothing, and now you have hundreds of thousands of subscribers or millions of subscribers. The issue with that is, people are unaware. You don't get paid just because you got subscribers, right? You can have hundreds of thousands of subscribers, and you can still not make a lot of money. So these influencers and content creators, they're stuck in a position of, how do I monetize my social media platform? How do I actually make money? And the way that they can make money is by selling inferior products or services to their audience. Sometimes they're unaware, right? Because a lot of people, just because you have a big platform doesn't mean you're a good businessman or businesswoman. You know how to entertain people. And if someone else comes in and say, hey, sell this and you'll make a lot of money, they do it without knowing how to do the proper due diligence. So that's me being graceful. Now let's look at the other side of the coin. The people who they don't care. They have an audience and they have bills to pay. However they can get money from the pockets of their audience into their bank account, they do not care. They will sell you bad products, they will sell you bad services, or they will just literally say they're going to do something, raise a bunch of money, and just not do it. So, once again, it comes down to not worshiping celebrities or influencers or athletes. At the end of the day, we're all just people. We have flaws. We may be very entertaining in the interactions that you have with us online, but in regular life, we're moms, dads, uncles, regular people with bills that need to get paid, and if you box someone into a corner and they start doing bad financially, they'll do anything to survive, including scam their audience.
Wow. And again, this is why I had to get broke on Cash App, brother. It's so powerful, and I'm glad, because this scamming thing is happening not only in our African American business community, because both of us are African American, and we're both business people, although you have more of a platform based on that. But that is happening also in the diaspora and on the continent, and unfortunately some of our people are culprits of that, and as well as continental Africans. And there's not a whole lot of content about how to avoid money. Even some Africans are sending money home to their own parents and to build a house. And I don't know if you've heard that before.
Oh Lord, yeah.
Yeah, that happens. You know, I was just in Dubai like 2 weeks ago, and I met a young lady that told me that she was sending the money for her brother to keep the money, and the brother was spending the money. So the reason why she went to the Middle East was to make some money, and she comes back to almost nothing.
Right.
So these scams are just getting out of hand, and it's one of the reasons why, as a diaspora, we're not developing. We have a mistrust. And let me just say this, because you mentioned this also. I know that your real focus is in the African American business community.
Right.
But because of the scamming, and a lot of the countries on the continent happen to be toward the bottom on the ease of doing business and corruption practices, what do you think? Because I always try to give some level of advice, but from a financial expert like you, if you want to do transparent business in the diaspora, between even African Americans and Africans in Africa, what are some of the rules of engagement of investing that you feel always need to be in place in order to do transparent business with either between the diaspora or between the diaspora and the continent or country of their choice?
Oh, number one, do not look for shortcuts. Looking for shortcuts are going to lead you down the path of being scammed, right? If you have to pay a little extra money to do it the regular way, understand that money that you're paying is your security. In a sense, it's like your insurance to make sure that you're not dealing with someone who is corrupt or a grifter. So do not look for shortcuts. Number two, understand that when you're investing in something that is not registered, right? You're not buying something on the stock market. You're buying or trying to do a deal that is a private deal. Those are some of the riskiest types of investments that you can ever get into. You're trying to do a land deal with someone that you don't have a good relationship with. It's in an area that you can't go to or you haven't been to, you haven't verified. I mean, honestly, put yourself in the position of someone who is trying to protect your money. You have to protect your money. You work extremely hard for it.
Right.
I am extremely skeptical of any and everybody when it comes to my money. I work hard for it. And you should always put yourself in a position where you're willing to be skeptical, ask hard questions, get verified information, check with a third party, someone else who can verify the information who's not related to the person who you're doing the deal with. If you do these basic things, you can set yourself up to be successful. But don't be afraid to do the hard work. Don't be afraid to take even longer than what the guy is offering, right? Something that normally takes 3 years, but he says he can get it done for you in a couple of months. Red flag. Take the 3 years. You need that time to grow, learn. Anyway, when you're trying to shortcut the process, that's when they got you. That's when they can do anything because you are looking for someone to gift you success.
Yep.
Success is never gifted. It's only earned.
And let me just tell a quick story with that. That happened to me. A guy introduced me, and then when things don't happen, they'll try to turn around on you. Like, yo, man, you told me you would do X, Y, and Z. Like, what's going on? Then the guy will go, wow. Is that how you talk to me now? Wow. Like, now all of a sudden, now we're not even dealing with what I'm talking about. Now the guy is trying to make me the villain.
Right, you're the bad guy.
I'm the bad guy now. And so I've noticed that you try to make accountability of what they said they were going to do, and then all of a sudden now they're saying that they can't do it, or they're trying to make excuses. Well, that they're blaming somebody else, and they're come to my office and knock.
This just in, you got the keys to what you want and what you.
Thank you, Ranking Member Garcia.
doing? Anybody know what we doing? I just asked everybody, did they know it? Check 1, 2. I just asked, did anybody want me to go live? And it seems like unanimously, you know what I mean? They wanted me to go live. What up, Candy? What up, Candy? She in the building today? Oh yeah, I'm glad I went live today. I got Sister Candy in the building. That's right. Oh, you jokers ain't gonna play with me now. What up, Mr. Wilson family? Let me share this one. Y'all be thinking like, okay. Sometimes that you know we can't handle.
Let's do the work first. Don't worry, we're going to make love.
Every time I hear him say that, it makes me laugh. Hey, let's do the work first. Don't worry, we gonna make love. Umar the man. I don't care what y'all say. Oh, now let's do it again. Talk to him, Umar.
Don't worry, we're going to make love. Oh, we're going to make some love. You better believe that.
You gonna send your children to that school? You're just as crazy as you want to be. Oh my goodness, Umar. Let me do it one more time. It's hilarious to me. Let me tell you, when I clip these clips, sometimes I do take long because I be laughing so much. I be like, man, I gotta play this. This joint is hilarious. Umar got a whole bunch of them too. How you doing?
Let's do the work first. Don't worry, we're going to make love. Oh, we're going to make some love. You better believe that. Okay. But let's do the work first, my beautiful African queens. Let's do the work. Let's do the work.
That's my man. I don't care what y'all say. That's my guy. You know what I mean? Check him out.
Now you're playing one of the premier revolutionary black freedom fighters in American African history, and you get asked a question about racism and race, and instead of answering it in support of the people whose hero you playing, you backed off of it. You cowered out of the question, Daniel Kaluuya, and if you want to defend him, go ahead, but he tuned out, and I'm gonna call it out. He tuned out, and I'm gonna call it out.
Bro, he's really sitting up there with an African shield, though. He really sitting there with an African shield. Check him out. He ain't going on no plains of Africa and fighting nobody. Check him out.
I was asked about race and racism, and he said, why do we have to talk about this? And then he said, I'm Daniel, who just happened.
Why he's so emotional? He's sitting up there with an African shield. Know good and well that he ain't fighting nobody on the African plains, though. But this is all the do people realize the dramatization of trying to draw people in? All the props, all of that stuff. Do we even realize that that's a part of the act? That that's a part of the grift? That that's a part of the draw to draw you in? I mean, it's just like when Tariq Nasheed dresses up and looking like, what's the guy named? Hugh Hefner. Where that picture at? He's sitting up there looking like Hugh Hefner, like he's going to give some advice on relationships. You know what I mean? So that's about bad, though. That's about bad. But I'm telling you, man, Umar, man, I hope things do go the way that it's supposed to go. But man, it just don't. It don't be looking good, fam. It just don't be looking good. You know what I mean? It just don't be looking good. Let me hold on 1 second. It just don't be looking good to me because at the end of the day. Somebody said, GS, you got invoices. Let me see what I got. I got invoices. I got some invoices that I don't know about. I got invoices. Anybody on the website? I check the website as soon as I get finished. Somebody say, GS, you got invoices. Maybe I got some on the website. I'll check the website when I'm finished. You know what I mean? Y'all got to work with me because, you know what I mean, I had to, maybe I got caught up in it. Yeah, got caught up a little bit. But anyway, so family, at the end of the day, Umar, man, I don't know. Y'all think Umar gonna pull the school off? Huh? Y'all think Umar gonna pull the school off? I'm not too sure about that. You know, another thing I want to talk about. One thing I want to talk about tonight. I'm just all over the place tonight, but I think one of the things that I really want to talk about is people that fly under the radar. Family, what is 19 Keys so popular for? Can anybody help me with that? Can anybody help me? I mean, can anybody help me? What is 19 Keys? Anybody know 19 Keys? Huh? Anybody know? I'm just curious. I know he gonna get mad. Anytime you call these people out or call their name, they get mad. And I don't mind. I mean, if you listen, if the European on the news or somebody else on some other news program or platform say something, they won't even say nothing. But as soon as Ta'aka Bay say something, they turn into killers. I mean, as soon as I ask a question, they turn into gangsters and killers and all type of stuff. I don't understand it. You know what I mean? But it does happen. I mean, you know what I mean? But I want to ask a question, and I'm serious about my question. You know what I mean? I need to know, since it's a topic of discussion, I want to know, you know what I mean, what the brother got a channel called Earn Your Leisure. You know what I mean? And maybe he's a motivational speaker or something like that. I think I'm going to touch on this probably this week. You know what I mean? Because I've done a little bit of research, but I want to hear what you think. You know what I mean? I want to hear what you think. What exactly does he do? You know what I mean? I see, and you ever notice, anybody ever notice, family, let's run it down real quick. The top, people not going to like this. I think the NOI need to start doing something about this. I mean, I think the NOI need to start doing something about this. Because all of these people that show these charlatan type of qualities, it appears to be that they got some connection to the NOI. And they may not even be a member of the NOI, and that's why it's imperative that somebody, a spokesman or something, say, oh no, that brother is not a registered member with us. Because wearing that headband, it would imply that they are a part of the NOI. And I'm just saying, even when you look at what's his name, Reza Islam, the thing where the Minister Farrakhan said that Reza Islam, and I'm going to pull that up in a minute, that Reza Islam did something to a sister or whatever the case may be. The whole thing in a nutshell is that is he still, nobody wants to answer the question, is he still a member of the NOI, or what is going on? Is it none of our business? You know what I mean? What's going on? You know what I mean? What's really going on? I mean, hold up. Let me see if this is it. Is this it?
Brother Rizza, if you're listening, I wish you very well. A very handsome brother.
So is that Farrakhan
highly intelligent? But you gotta bring your moral standard up.
So the whole point is, when people attack me and they get mad at me, I'm asking the question like, why nobody never addressed these things? Has these things been concluded? It has reached the public ear, but everybody gets mad at me because I talk about these, what we like to call internet prophets. But at the same time, nobody is saying nothing to all of this other stuff that has went on. Nobody. So that's the question. Is it none of our business? What's going on? It didn't reach the public. It didn't reach social media. I mean, well, that's an altered version of it. I do have a clearer version of it. That's an altered version of the video. I do have a clearer version, and it's clearly, and it's been confirmed that was the minister. It's been confirmed. Well, at least from brothers who was a part of the NOI, who is a part of the NOI, they confirmed that it was the minister. So, but this is an altered version. I mean, the voice is kind of.
Because the women are gonna fall in love with you, but you can't have them all now. I don't know how Solomon made out.
So the whole thing. So the whole thing in a nutshell is, before people start getting mad at me, why isn't any of these things fully addressed and concluded? Because, okay, if Brother Tahaka Bay talk about it, it's an uproar. But the whole internet talk about it, and nobody said, I'm always the one single. They always single me out. I got the littlest channel. Anybody ever notice that? All these big channels, right? They'll be talking about the same thing. And they might not have as much information that I have. But at the end of the day, they come for me. You know what I mean? They come for me. But back to this. What exactly do 19 keys do? Can anybody help me? Can anybody help me and let me know what 19 keys do? I really need to know. These internal affairs. For real, Stephen X. Can somebody tell me what 19 keys do? You know what I come to see, family? That most of these people are prosperity preachers. This is the age. This is the age of prosperity preachers again. It's a whole recycling of what the preachers did in the 50s and the 60s, and even in the 70s. 80s, the crack era hit and hurt the Christian prosperity preachers' pocket because they was giving all the money to the drugs. But before then, they had throngs of people putting money in their pan, filling up the pews in the church. This is a different time now. This is a different time now, and ain't too many people are filling up churches, church pews. So now the church has become social media. It's just a different message that's principally the same as the grifting message. I mean, follow what I'm saying? It's the same. Like at the end of the day, you look at like a Brother Polite, if you will. Brother Polite saying he's gonna fix your credit. He show all this money. He'll drop $10,000 on the bid, and he just did it the other day. Look, you know, long as I got this and people get enamored with that. You know what I'm saying? But nobody ever gets the leisure that they're talking about that you can earn. And then if he got earning your leisure, how is he earning his leisure? That's the funny thing about everything. That like if I go to a mechanic, right, and he says I can teach you to be a mechanic, then at bare minimum I have to be convinced that he is actually a mechanic. You know what I'm saying? If I'm not convinced that he's a mechanic, why would I allow him to teach me to be a mechanic? So when you got people like and I have nothing against 19 keys, but when you got people like 19 keys that says earn your leisure, only thing I'm asking, what are you doing to earn yours? That's it. That's it. What are you doing to earn yours? What do you do? Help us understand. I can tell you what I do. I bang nails. I use hammer drills. What do you do to earn your leisure before you can teach people to earn a leisure? So they're prosperity preachers. In other words, they'll stroke the emotions, it seems to me, and fill up some chairs, sell you a lecture, sell you some ideas, and you go home and you never got the leisure. You never got the leisure. That's the craziest thing to me, family. I don't get it. I really don't understand how people can fall for these things. It just blows me away that in this day and time that we would actually fall for these types of things. It just blows me away that we would fall. I thought we was a little more intelligent than this. I did. As a people, I thought we was past this because, you know, the preacher got shut down a long time ago. I mean, like things like this. Take something like this. Take something like this. How is it that a brother in the NOI can actually bring a European into the circle and ultimately introduce our people into the European circle, and no one sees a problem with that, and will get mad at me if I question it? That doesn't make sense. If I grew up in an era where the white man was the devil according to you, and now I'm still in the flesh, and now the white man is your friend. Now, I never said the white man was the devil. You said it. But now the white man is your friend. How in the world am I supposed to think that this is some sort of legitimate movement, philosophy, or theology? If you told me, let me be clear one more time, family. People are scared to have these conversations. They are in love with personality. You know what I mean? If you tell me, if I grew up in the 80s, and all I heard was, the white man is the god devil, and I heard that the white man is the skunk of the earth, and was anybody around in the 80s, or was it just me? In the early 90s and the 80s, was anybody around? Press 7 if anybody was around in the 70s and 80s and heard these stories and messages. Anybody? I was around. I got pumped up off of that stuff sometime. I got excited. The goddamn white man. I was there. I took it all in. And now, today, white man, he ain't the devil no more. And I can't speak on it. And I can't say nothing. And I'm the bad guy if I ask you why the white man ain't the devil today. Well, he is the devil, but he's not the devil like the devil was the devil. Why am I the bad guy? Why am I the bad guy if I do a podcast asking why is this white man no longer the devil? Or is he the devil? What's going on with the devil? Is it devilish? Is it devilfish food cake? What is it? Hey, what is it? I'm just trying to figure this thing out. If he ain't the devil no more, just let me know. Just let me know so I know how we moving now. They gonna get mad. See, talking about, that's the problem. You play too much. It ain't what you say, it's how you say it. I just said, just let me know so I know how we moving, man. That's all I need to know. I mean, if you just tell me how I'm moving, just let me know, man, because I don't want to be lost in the sauce. I need to be on point. Seriously, man. I need to be on point, man. I don't want to be lost like everybody else, man. And this is what I'm saying. So, is this all a grift? Was that all a grift to get us emotionally charged, get us amped up? You know what I mean? You know, it was funny to me, right? Y'all ain't gonna like this, but I'm gonna call it what it is. And I don't have no problem. I don't have no problem with how people move. But I do have a problem with contradictions, you know what I'm saying? So, you know,
I don't know if anybody in here from Baltimore or DC, but back in the day, right? Back in the day, right? While the minister was saying that the white man was the devil and the skunk of the earth, and the government had a plot to exterminate us, they were getting government contracts to be security in the projects. But when we were younger, we didn't know that those was government contracts. We thought that NOI was concerned with the plight of our people in those bad areas. Now today that I'm a little bit older and I find out that they were government contracts, I'm like, hold up. How is it 1 minute that we're talking about the white man, the devil, and that the government is showing up plotting against us, yet somebody had to sit down and negotiate government contracts with the same devil, the same administration that is plotting to get us. Now when I got older, now this is the thing. I know people will get mad at me. This type of truth gets people mad. I know people get mad at me. But this is the thing. Why can't we talk about these things? Why can't someone say, okay, listen, we just chose the lesser of the evils. You know what I mean? We just chose the lesser of the evils. But the thing is that on the front stage, the white man was the devil. On the front stage, he was the skunk of the planet Earth. But back behind the cover, they were negotiating, getting contracts. And I'm not saying, man, we were so proud to see NOI in the projects. Did anybody see that? Huh? Did anybody see that? Somebody said it was flags on Latrobe. Yeah, did anybody see that? Looked like a Saw Milton up in there. Did anybody see that? Did anybody see NOI in the projects? I did. We was proud of that. But then years later, you will find out, oh man. Oh man. Brother said, was that flag of Latrobe? They was in all of them. I don't know if it was flag of Latrobe, but I remember Lafayette and I remember Murphy Homes. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh man. So the question is, family, have our people always been emotionally manipulated? Were we emotionally manipulated? The reason why I'm asking these questions because going into the future, we need to learn not to be emotionally manipulated. When someone screams white supremacy, that shouldn't trigger our emotions. We know what white supremacy look like. It's a system that is used to keep us oppressed and keep one on top and keep one on bottom. We know what it is. When we see it at this stage of the game, we should be able to identify it intellectually for ourselves. We don't need somebody to intellectualize white supremacy for us at this stage, or do we? When someone try to intellectualize white supremacy, the best thing that they try to do is trigger your emotions. You know what I'm saying? But when you're talking about white supremacy, if you are not mobilizing people to fight against white supremacy, and you're just talking or just agitating what you say to be white supremacy, then you're no different than a white supremacist. You're just no different. Are we really at the stage? Like when you look at people, when you look at everybody on these flyers, right? Let's go real quick. When you look at everybody on this flyer, right? Let's take a look at it real quick. When you look at everybody on this flyer, let me pull it up real quick. I'm serious about that. What difference has been made from all of the good speeches, the good talking? I probably made more different than them because I'm getting people to think critically, and in small pockets they're not going to be grifted no more. But in reality, let's take a Reza Islam talking about COVID, for example. Reza Islam is not a doctor. He's not a PhD. Common sense. This is a simple thing.
happier as a boy.
This is a simple thing. If you don't want, or you want to teach somebody not to do something that is detrimental to them, take the simplest form. The simplest form is that the most natural healing for the body is go the natural way. Eat right, exercise, drink a lot of water, and when all else fail, then you might have to go to another level and see your doctor. But for the most part, it's very simple. But for people to, every time something come out, they have to be the super educated on the matter. They got how you get super educated on something that just come into existence? I mean, it's like when people started acting as if they were super educated. See, I knew I wasn't putting nothing foreign in my body anyway. Ain't nobody have to tell me what it did to this person, what it did to that person. Ain't nobody. I'm just not doing it. But one thing I was not going to do, I was not going to do live streams and try to tell other people not do it, because who knows? Their conscience is their God. I'm not going to let it be on my conscience. I mean, it might be right for them. Who knows? But if you ask me, I'm saying I'm not putting anything foreign into my body unless there is no other alternative. I'm not going to drop off and fall to the ground if I don't get it. I'm good. You know what I'm saying? But the point that I'm making is everybody was so educated. Everybody was so enlightened on the evils of the bang bang. You know what I'm saying? I say don't put nothing foreign in your body. That's just it. I mean, I say don't put nothing foreign in your body. That's just it. But I would also encourage you, make sure you eat right. Make sure you exercise. Make sure that you're eating the things that strengthen your cells, strengthen your immune system, and strengthen your mind. These people are educated so much on every single thing. That's a red flag. That's a red flag. And so the question would be, what exactly improvements have been made since any of these people came to the forefront? Because I never intellectualized. One thing about me, I never intellectualized what and what not to do. That's what these people do. Tariq Nasheed said, we need a museum. We need to show people that we can do it. We need to show people that we can do our own thing, grassroots, independently. What happened? How did that move the meter? How did that move the meter? The brother right there with the chains on his neck in the right hand corner, he said, you need to get this game from me. This banking game that I made, you need to get this game from me. He had his family up there, he had his wife up there, he had his children up there. A few years later, after many people that got the game, he went straight freaky deaky. Him and the sister on there talking about, yeah, we need another woman in the bedroom, and went straight freaky deaky. He went straight from the family setting, getting people to buy this game, and once he got the game money, he went straight freaky deaky. Once he got a few book money, all the family values went out the window. Everything. And then he said, it's my business. No, you use the family image to get people to buy into your product. And now, once the people buy into your product, now you you flip the script. Polite. He comes in acting like he's about some knowledge, acting like he's going to help people get some land, get some houses, get this, get that, and the other. Now look at it. So the question is, then you take Billy Carson. Billy Carson, he more on the side of the European spaceship hunters. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really give him too much. But the only thing I got a problem with Billy is that he sell the most weirdest stuff. He just sells the most weirdest stuff. I mean, come on, Billy. He buy the most cheapest stuff and he sell it. And that's the weird thing to me. But most of these people, family, my question is, what is changing with all of these prosperity teachers?
What's changing? What's really changing? Ain't nothing really changing, man. These people are no different than Reverend Chickenfoot in 1975. Reverend Chickenfoot in 1975, 1950. He was selling people a pie in the sky. And this pie in the sky was, when you die, you're going to go into the heaven in the sky. Now these people, they sell people the illusion of the pie in the sky of wealth, of benefit, and what it is of access. They sell people that you're going to have access to this, you're going to have access to that, you're going to have benefit of this. I mean, you have this car. Like, we still fall out over a car. I look at Dumb Polite, and I call him Dumb Polite. He's just goofy at this point. I look at Dumb Polite would sit on a car and count money. Somebody is actually holding the camera, right? And somebody in the comment section is like, "You doing it, OG?" Doing what? Doing what? What are they doing? Somebody is impressed with that. And it's a shame that in 2023, family, we have our people impressed with these type of people. If I mention Reza Islam, somebody will get mad at me. No, you just shouldn't even. Why are you just talking about the brother? Because he's a personality on social media and he is attracting our people to his message. And I just want to make sure, I want to know that his message is beneficial to our people as it relates to getting this oppression off our neck, or is he just serenading the people for his own benefit, whether it be ego, financial, or whatever? I mean, most people are just serenading the people. This ain't moving no oppression off of us. These people come in the name of fighting oppression, but in reality, they just serenading the people. That's it. I mean, name one that has faced this European. Organize a group of people to move on oppression in a way that makes a difference. Brothers say, shout out to Hidden Colors 1, 2, 3, and 3 though. But guess who benefited from that? When you look at it today, it was a lot of misinformation. He rode the hype that Sinetta had built with talking to people on 125th. That was a form of infiltration that people don't even understand. That was a form of infiltration. Because those brothers on 125th was regular, everyday brothers. I'm going to do a show on that. I'm going to bring all of those original brothers from 125th. That's right. Baby Hebrew. A lot of brothers that didn't get to the stage of Polite and Tazoriak and Brother Learning and all that. It was some brothers before then, you know, that really helped take that to the next level. Royale, Brother Royale, you know what I'm saying? That was genuine people there. They were honest young brothers that was really striving to enlighten people and encouraging people to do more, do better. Once Polite came in, all of those brothers was pushed to the back. You follow what I'm saying? You follow what I'm saying? And so those enlightened brothers, those brothers that was coming in, those sisters that was coming in, that was teaching, they was pushed to the back. Tariq took that same format, Sankofa, Brother Sankofa. I mean, one of the strongest soldiers over there. That brother was security. That brother was ready to rumble, ready to go all out. All out. Ask me how I know. Because I faced him head on. And that brother was ready to go all out. And when I say faced him head on, when I went into an event, he was security and he like, yeah, what's up? But at the end of the day, Tariq would take that format. He would polish that format, repackage, resell it. and they blur the lines. Until this day, conscious community has a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. Nobody takes that stuff serious. Nobody consider that stuff to be, it's a pastime now. Like, so people ask me, why you ain't teaching? Why you ain't teaching? If you want to learn Moorish Science Temple of America, then join the Moorish Science Temple of America. Right now, I'm going to teach you some wisdom that I've drawn from the Moorish Science Temple of America to help you critically think. So when people come on, Moorish, why you ain't teaching? Because I am teaching. You're just too foolish not to see the teaching. You're just too foolish not to see it. I'm teaching. But when you say teaching, you want me to talk about some prophets 2,000 years ago. When these internet prophets are robbing you right now. You want me to talk about Samson and Delilah. When you got Samson right in your face. You got Delilah right in your face. You know what I'm saying? You want me to talk about people 2,000. You want me to talk about Muhammad 1,500 years ago. You know what I mean? Now we're going to talk about what's going on right now. We're going to talk about what's going on right now. See, that's the difference between me. Y'all think it's conscious. Y'all think it's conscious to be talking about something 2,000 years ago. Talk about something 3,000 years ago. No, we're going to talk about it right now. That's right. We're going to talk about, instead of talking about how David told, David wanted to marry what's her name, Sheba, and sent somebody to kill Uriah. No, we're going to talk about how you guys manipulate each other, take advantage of sisters, and sisters go into the background and you never hear about them again. That's what we're going to talk about. That's what we're going to talk about. That's right. All the sisters that y'all manipulated. You're going to talk about, y'all want to talk about how this prophet and that prophet was with a young girl, and the Hebrew prophet or Muhammad and this and that. Okay, we're going to talk about you with the young girl today. That's right. We're going to talk about you, the young girl. Y'all want to talk about how Elijah went up in the whirlwind. Okay, now we're going to talk about this guy, talk about the flying saucer, Billy Carson. See, we're going to talk about these things today. See, y'all want to go back. And the more that you go back, the more that you are blind to what's going on right in front of you. It's okay to look back, understand what went on back then, but can you see back then right now? And that's what Moorish World TV is about. You know what I mean? That's what Moorish World TV is about. You know what I mean? Everybody, somebody put on, Audio Cyrus said, let's talk about ancient languages. Check this out. Somebody put up there on a comment section, the Moors don't even speak the language of the Moors. Why should I have to speak the language of the Moors when I'm living in America? To move my money, I need to know English. To move anything that's worthwhile, I need to know English. That's the language that I dream in. I need to get that right in order to get my money and get my life right. I'm interested in learning that, but I ain't getting no money over there to take care of these little babies over here. You know what I'm saying? I ain't getting no money over there to take care of these babies over here. You know what I'm saying? I need to learn the language that this fool is trying to continue to oppress me in. That's what I need to know. I need to learn and articulate myself and get some of these words right, because this is the language that he uses to put on my neck. So, hey, I can learn all that. I can learn all that Arabic. I ain't getting no money in Arabic to take care of these babies. What I'm talking about? Alhamdulillah, Rahman Allah. They ain't gonna feed these babies. You know what I mean? No, buddy. You know what I need? You know what I need? How are you today? You want to install 15 pieces of drywall? Let me go in and do this estimate, and I'll be back with a price in about 15 minutes. I need simple English. That's it. You know what I mean? Hello, do you install drywall? And that's no disrespect for those who want to learn these other languages. I'm just saying now, I ain't that type of brother. I'm trying to tell you. I mean, excuse me, sir? Alhamdulillah, Rahman, I mean, brother, that
That's okay. Nah, man, I ain't on that type time, man. We warming up in that demonstration. I mean, excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. I would like to get a ceiling fan installed. Do you know how to install ceiling fan? Islam? 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 Excuse me? Islam? Sir, your truck says that you do basic, simple electric. Do you install ceiling fan? I said Islam. Me and the baby's gonna starve, man. Mess with these people, man. We live in the United States. We speak English. We dream in English. So we better learn this in order to thrive. And then we can deal with the other languages that we want to learn something about. That's what it is, man. See, I ain't caught up in all that. I'm not caught up in none of that.
Amid global market volatility, stock market losses and rising inflation have left investors with few.
I'm about to cut this video pretty soon.
And Bucci is really Tariq. You know, like on the stream about Bucci, that Tariq trying to act like Bucci is. Let me show y'all something, family. Let me show y'all something. Let me show y'all something real quick. Y'all think it's a game. Let me show y'all something. Alright, let me show y'all something. If I can. Let me show y'all something. Bucci. Bucci is really Tariq Nasheed. It's not really Brandon. It's really Tariq Nasheed. But to show y'all something for a minute. Watch this. So Bucci is supposed to be an informant. You follow what I'm saying? I'm telling you that Bucci is Tariq Nasheed. It's a mind trick game. You follow me? Let me pull it up. Tracking dogs that were specifically trained to search in the woods were brought in and pull it up real quick. And their handler said, so yeah, it's a mind trick game. Those dogs were definitely found, one way or another. 1 second. And no one ever has. After 5.5 days of searching, why can't get this? No new leads, and the weather getting worse and worse as the days take by. The police reluctantly called off. I can't get it. Anyway, let me see if I can find it over here. It's a mind trick game. But Bucci, let me show you something real quick. What I wanted to tell the people is that, first of all, Bucci Bear is not original to Tariq Nasheed, and this is how much people are so much out of the loop. Bucci Bear is a character that Tariq stole from a candy, a gummy bear called Bucci Bears. You hear what I say? This is where he got that from. That is not even original to Tariq. So the character of Bucci Bear is literally Tariq Nasheed in reality. You follow me? It's literally Tariq Nasheed in reality. What Tariq is doing is playing. Let me show you something.
Oh Lord.
Let me show you something real quick. All the man said was that it had been some time that night, just as it started to get cool. However, this man seemingly vanished himself and left the area before he could. I'm gonna show you right here. Alright. Bear with me real quick. I got to show you this real quick. Because I know y'all don't believe me. I'm gonna make it.
Get off some gummy bears. Jesus.
So, I'm gonna find a picture of Bucci.
The police conducted another search for Ray due to a hunter.
Where you at? Where you at?
Reported previously unknown and extremely treacherous terrain that ever saw. The search was unsuccessful, and despite a ban of few children coming forward at that time, and stating they had seen Ray
So he took it off of Bucci Bear gummy bears.
They were so desperate.
That's weird. They didn't went to my computer that fast.
On numerous occasions, over unsuccessful.
That's how to demonstrate. There it is, right there. Yeah,
All of
put
them
it over
stated
here.
that Randy wasn't alive anymore. But then, they all gave different locations for where his body was allegedly located.
So, take this guy.
Don't come in here with that whole shit. That's whole shit.
Take that right here. This is Tariq.
And just like in the case
Right.
of Cal Biggs, a dollar bill surfaced with writing on it that claimed to be that of Randy
Now,
Barstow,
check this.
stating that he was alive and well and living in Phoenix, Arizona. It stated, help me.
Alright, here it comes.
Other information. But the authorities were
Y'all be thinking Moochie is Brandon. Moochie ain't no Brandon.
It is unknown whether or
Yes,
not
yeah.
but most people think it's highly unlikely.
Moochie is Tariq. Tariq is telling on himself. And it's just like Hollywood do. Hollywood love to tell on themselves and just to see, to take the
In 1980,
take the temperature of people paying attention.
that someone
I
who
mean,
fit Randy's
hold up.
description was using his social security
There, just go.
and working at a construction site in
There it
Phoenix,
is.
Arizona.
Damn.
But by the time he drove out there to investigate, the man was no longer employed there. The police picked up the investigation and ended that.
Now look closely.
They were also never able to locate the man. On the 21st anniversary
Bucci.
of his disappearance, Randy
Bucci, I mean to say,
along with many other
is
family
Tariq.
members, friends, and
That's not Brandon.
went to
That's
the
Tariq.
Memorial Park in Tucson to bid a final farewell.
That's Tariq all day.
They said they needed to admit
That's not
it was
Brandon.
finally time to move on.
So when people think that it's Brandon, that is the bait and switch.
22 years old at the time of
It's the bait and switch.
right before it was held.
I'm trying to tell y'all
Salvation Army
that
counselor told me that Randy's
if you
disappearance had become a
think for a second that that's Brandon, you're tripping.
Is that of a boy who
That's
vanished
Tariq.
while walking among the trees
And Bucci is the agent.
disappeared in the blink of an
And so now go back and watch Bucci Bear, and you'll know what's going on with Tariq in the operation. That ain't Brandon. I'm telling you, fam, that is not Brandon. That is not Brandon. I'm telling you, that is not Brandon. I don't care what nobody says. That is not Brandon at all. That is not Brandon at all. And listen, I mean, hey, you call it what you want. That's Tariq Nasheed. All day, every day. I mean, all day, every day. So at the end of the day, I mean, people, I'm trying to tell you, people think it's a game. At the end of the day, you're going to see how this play out. You're definitely going to see how this play out. You know what I mean? Tariq is writing his own script. He's writing his own script. And I'm telling you that that's not Brandon. But with that being said, family, y'all can fall for the okie doke if you want. But if you want to know what's going to happen, go watch Bucci Bear. And again, Bucci Bear is hemp gummies. Tariq jacked that with the name Bucci because most likely he might like hemp gummies. Who knows? But with that being said, Bucci Bear, now he's the one that is going to reveal to the world that Bucci Bear is an actual agent, but Bucci Bear is not who Tariq is making him out to be. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, Bucci Bear is gonna bring it all home for you. So if I decide to not do shows no more, Bucci Bear will take over. That's what I'm saying. He will take over until it's all over, said and done. But I ain't going nowhere. But with that being said, man, I appreciate y'all. We just made up something to talk about tonight. When I mean made up, we took the truth and we turned it into a show tonight. I appreciate y'all joining me tonight, family. You know what I'm saying? I definitely appreciate y'all joining me here tonight. Let's see what we got here anyway. I hope y'all enjoyed our conversation tonight. We're gonna have a nice little we're gonna have a nice little presentation show soon.
You've been the best in town.
I'm gonna walk the TV. Let's go.
I turn around, I ask myself.
I'm going ahead and cut this video because I want my track my channel. Alright then, ladies and gentlemen. But yeah, that was a very interesting outlook on Morris TV's examination of internet prophets. Alright then, I hope you guys have a good one. Yeah, I didn't want to play his music. It might, you know, YouTube's kind of funny about that, so I didn't want to take no chance. Copyright, damn. Alright then, you guys have a good one, and see you on the next video. Alright then, and stay tuned for another video. Like, subscribe, and hope I'm one of the people you like. Alright then, take care.